Sorry, just getting the game on. Game's not even kicked off yet, so we're making good time right now. Going to kick off here in just a moment. Qatar playing Switzerland in the final game of Group B. Tomorrow to come are 4 streams, starting off with Brazil, Morocco, and then US, and then Haiti versus Scotland, followed by USA versus Paraguay, and then finally it will be Australia versus Turkey. Switzerland will kick us off here. If either team wins today, they will go top after match day 1 of Group B, after following Canada's 1-1 draw with Bosnia last night. Switzerland looking to press from the off as their numbers floored forward here, trying to attack the Qatar defence. Especially this Vargas now headed away early by Al Amin. Rodriguez. Kanji. Straight away in over the top. Can Switzerland score here? And it's the shot coming in from Bolo, and it's deflected. Not out for the corner, but Switzerland have it back near the corner flag. And Dan and Doy is brought down by Akram Afif, and he's still down. The referee waves play on though. Afif down the line, trying to get Abderissag some service. And Doy back on his feet now though. Manuel Akanji. Rodriguez. Kanji. Yeah. All touching there from Bril Bolo. Abderissag loses control of it. Now Akram Afif. The header from Elvedi, back down again by Edmilson Jr. And here's Edmilson Jr. one-on-one with Gregor Kobel, and it's a brilliant save. The first big chance of the game is from Qatar, and Edmilson Jr. was in behind Nico Elvedi, and it's from the ball from Abderissag after Elvedi won the first header. Brilliant stuff from Qatar, nice and early on. There's a miscommunication there between Elvedi and Akanji. Eventually it was well stopped by Grigor Kobel. Karia, Elvedi, to Akanji, and Doi. Kanji dropped into the centre for Remo Frilla. Elvedi to Zakaria. Rodriguez. Vargas finds himself in a little bit of space on the left hand side. Xhaka trying to harass Al-Awi to the ball. Able to do so. I think that might have been offside from Remo Frilla. And the linesman, yeah, he did give offside actually. Miguel, the Qatar centre back, is going to take this free kick and smashes it long, looking for Afif, who wins the first header and is going to drop for someone in there. Laie didn't get control of it in there. Rodriguez. The pressure. He manages to knock it back to Akanji. Now Elvedi. Central ball to Remo Frilla. And now away is Dennis Zakaria. And it was a brilliant tackle in there by Al-Amin. Xhaka. First time ball from Zakaria to Elvedi. Kanji. Ricardo Rodriguez delivery. Took a nick off of a Qatar defender in there. I think it was Madibo. Into the hands of Abunada. Julian Lopetegui's side. They've had the best chance of the game. They've had the better chances of the game. There's only been one chance really. One shot on goal. Well saved by Grigor Kobel. Switzerland have had more of the possession. They've looked more dangerous on the counter. But after only 5 minutes, can't really say who's been the better team. But Remo Frilla has just sent through Dan Doi here, who takes a shot. It was a great save towards his left-hand side by Abunada. Dan Doi with a shot towards the far left-hand corner of Abunada's goal, and he gets down really well to make the save. And it all starts from a poor clearance from Miguel, and it just drops to Remo Frilla, and he sends through Dan Doi, who has the pace to get in behind Al-Amin. Abunada. Beef was challenged by Zakaria, and now Dan Doi's away. Granit Xhaka couldn't shield the ball off of Madibo. Brian Bolo's been penalised for foul on Miguel. Ball from Ndoye was just short of Xhaka, and that's when Breland Bolo comes across and makes the foul on Pedro Miguel. Elvedi. Flips it over to Vargas. Angie drives it through the centre for Switzerland. Dennis Zakaria looking to use his pace for Switzerland here. He's being harassed there by Alamin, and Alamin makes the challenge successfully, and now Switzerland have a corner. Looking like it's going to be an in-swinging delivery from Ricardo Rodriguez. It's a great delivery, hanging towards the back post. Vargas was up there, and it's going to fall to Remo Friller. Dances towards the left corner flag. He's trying to find some space to deliver another cross. He does, but it was blocked by Pedro Miguel. Now a Fifa on the counter for Qatar. Qatar don't have the numbers, but do they have the skill to slide through? Edmilson Jr. Fifa can't. It was well covered by Abershire. Now Xhaka. So Xhaka found his way in the halfway circle. Vargas. Vargas to Friller. Friller back to Elvedi. Elvedi found Abershire some room. Vargas. Rodriguez was on the overlap, and he slides it into the centre, and Dan and Doy has put it well over the crossbar. And that chance goes begging. It's a poor effort from Dan and Doy. You really should be trying to test Abogado from there, but instead he leans back and puts it well over the crossbar. He needs to hit the target there, Dan and Doy. Vargas has just been fouled by Gaber on the edge of the area. Vargas preparing the cross here for Switzerland. And Milson Jr. and Afif positioned in the wall by Abunada. So only Vargas stood over this free kick. It's a good delivery, and it bounces all the way through without no one attacking it to Abunada. It was well held by the Qatar goalkeeper, and now they're going to launch a counter attack with Al Aoui. It was well covered by Elvedi. Zakaria. Kanji. Dancing is Vargas. Just a dance past Alwi. Vargas tried to shield it out for the corner, but it was kept in play. Now Dennis Zakaria found Dan and Doy. Doy cuts inside, looks to drive into the penalty area but can't. Finds Abershaw on the overlap. His pass was off the mark and it was cleared in there by Kuki. Thrown taken quickly by Elvedi. Now Xhaka. Xhaka's found Zakaria. And the header from Mbolo. And is that a penalty? And the referee has pointed to the spot. Abunada has taken out Vargas in the box. It's Remo Frilla that gets the final touch on goal. Yeah, it's brilliant delivery from Zakaria. I think Mbolo gets the initial flick with a header. And I think Remo Frilla is actually offside there as he runs through on goal. And Abunada takes him clean out. But I think this won't be a penalty because Remo Frilla is in an offside position. VAR are checking it right now. Abunada hasn't moved from his position on the floor. Miguel called over the physios really quick, and I think checking for concussion. Definitely a penalty if Frilla's ruled onside, but I don't think he is. Frilla had his legs swept by Abunada. Julian Lopetegui's Qataris are going to have a penalty against them unless VAR rule this one offside. Remo Frilla is not offside, and this will be a penalty to Switzerland. This might cause some controversy because he definitely looked offside. I wonder who is keeping him on. I don't know who's keeping him on, to be fair, but this is a penalty to Switzerland and a golden chance to take the lead here. It's Breland Bolo who steps up against Abunada. Abunada has been booked because of his challenge on Frilla. And Mbolo step up here and take this penalty for Switzerland. The Rennes striker. He scored goals in Ligue 1 and he scored goals for Switzerland before in these major tournaments. Can he add another one to his tally for his national team? He steps up and sends Abunada the wrong way and fires the shot into the bottom corner. Switzerland lead Qatar by 1-0, and it's a brilliant penalty taken really, really coolly with confidence by Breland Bolo. Just slides it into the bottom left corner. Abunada dives and looks in the opposite direction as it rolls in to the bottom corner. Abunada didn't really commit to one side there. He sort of just dove to the right and just watched it go in on the left hand side. Didn't commit fully to that right hand side. Yak inside. lead Qatar by 1-0. Pedro Miguel. Long ball, Edmilson Jr. chases it. He's got Rodriguez pressuring him in the corner. Afif tries to flick it back to Edmilson, but he was challenged by Rodriguez. Alwi takes a throw in quickly to Miguel. Kuki. Xhaka. Elvedi. Zakaria. Home to Kerbal. Kanji. Gregor Kerbal. The long ball almost bounced over the top for Dan Doy, well dealt with by Kuki. Lai. Afif. Al-Amin. Kuki. Amin chests it down really well. Now Akram Afif. Miguel. Kuki. Captain of Qatar. Looking to start something for the Marine. Zakaria. Ndoye back to Zakaria. And the shot towards Amin at his near post was well saved. And cleared by Kuki. We're close to our first hydration break here. Now Xhaka. Vargas. On the turn. Looks to send in the delivery. But it was blocked by Al-Wi. And then given away by Manuel Akanji. Really, really poor pass from Manuel Akanji there. Yeah, really, really poor from Akanji. Should do better with that pass, and it's just gifted Qatar back with possession. But he quickly wins it back though for Switzerland. Possession was poorly kept by Qatar. Ndoye. Granit Xhaka. Abisha flicks it for Ndoye. He was first to the ball against Al-Amin. Zakaria. Elvedi. Kanji. Vargas. Step overs and he drives in. And that is a foul and a yellow card to Gaber. He's made a few fouls on Vargas today as he just keeps getting away from him just that little bit more. and he uses that pace to his advantage, causing Gober to bring him down yet again. Yasim Gober been booked for that. Vargas again sets up for an in-swinging delivery. His last delivery was pretty good. If anyone would have attacked it, it might have looped over Abu Nada, but he kept his ground, stayed firm, and made the save. This time there's a lot more players in that 6-yard box ready to attack this delivery from Vargas. And it's a nice delivery towards the near post. And it's headed behind for a corner in there by Gaber. And before the corner, there will be the first hydration break of the game. According to my knowledge, Switzerland's penalty is one of the earliest goals in the tournament. I'm trying to think. I don't know how quick that own goal was for USA. But William Quinones' goal against South Africa was quicker. They're just showing the offside now. That'll be talked about because Remo Frilla definitely does look offside. Well, players flood back onto the pitch for this corner here. Anyway, Vargas takes the corner short to the near post. Frilla flicks it back to Vargas. Rodriguez on the edge of the area. Sends in the delivery, and it was well held by Abu Nada. A really good claim there. Those are easily dropped. Abu Nada goes long, and it's flicked on. Ooh, flicked on not very well by Lai. Abishek. Elvedi. Kanji. Rodriguez. Vargas. Rodriguez again. Now for Thriller to take over. And then Bolo with a flick. In behind. Vargas was sprinting. That is a brilliant ball in there by Mamula Kanji. Vargas again ready to use his pace. This time on Alawi to get behind. Yeah, and Qatar just got a free kick for an Elvedi foul on I mean, to be fair, he had no eyes on the ball. Elvedi there, so that is a deserved free kick for Qatar, which Pedro Miguel will send into the penalty area. And that wasn't convincing from Elvedi, who flicks it out for the corner. Qatar will have another chance here, which they had the first one of the game inside 2 minutes. They've not looked threatening ever since, and this is their first chance, really, to get the ball into the box. Akram Afif comes over to take it for Qatar in that maroon colour, looking to make an impact. And he did take the corner short to Abdurisag and the ball. Which came back in from Afif. Was attacked by Lai. Kerbal. Akanji. Doi. Xhaka. Doi again. Elvedi. There's a 1-2 with Thriller in the middle. Now Dennis Zakaria. Xhaka. Oh, what a touch from Vargas. Rodriguez. Angie. Thriller again. Nice little 1-2 in there with Rodriguez and Vargas. It was a good little challenge from Alawi. Thief. Madibo. Headed over to Zakaria by Elvedi. Elvedi. Vargas with a header. Probably looking to direct it towards Mbolo, but in the end nowhere near, and shielded to Abinada by Pedro Miguel. Elvedi. Zakaria. Dandoy. Stuttered steps as he goes back inside to Elvedi. Oh, it was a good ball from Elvedi, and Dandoy took the shot and it loops up into the air off the leg of Al Amin and back into play again with Granit Xhaka. Thriller. Vargas left it for Rodriguez. Kanji. Vargas. Rodriguez. Kanji again. Elvedi. Still Elvedi. Zakaria. Xhaka. Kanji. Oh, it's a nice little through ball to Mbolo, and the strike from Abishit. Dandoy, who shanks it wide of the Qatar goal. And what a back heel that is from Mbolo. And it fell to the path of Dandoy, yeah, and he shanks it wide. And I think that would actually be a corner because it's come off the leg of Kuki. The referee can spot it. Elvedi under pressure from Abderrissag, but that was no problem. Thriller. Finds Xhaka. Xhaka sends Dennis Zakaria down the right hand side, and Zakaria sends the ball across the face of goal. No one was there to attack it, but the ref blew for the foul anyway, because Mbolo pulled down Pedro Miguel in the box. Goal kick from Abu Nada comes off the back of Abderrissag, and Darren Doy was then fouled by Lai, then was finally brought down by Medivo. The free kick was taken quickly by Elvedi, and it's found its way to the left hand side with Rodriguez down the line to Vargas. His touch was really heavy, and I think that went out of play, but actually no, play carries on. His thriller went back to Vargas, but then the ref, about 1,000 seconds later, gives the goal kick to Qatar as the ball went out of play due to Vargas's really heavy touch. And I'd be arguing if that stayed in, because the whole ball had to be over the line. For the England game. That's for whenever England plays, so we're not going to wear it now. Vargas. Rodriguez. Vargas again. Rodriguez looking to create something special after he received it once again from Vargas on the overlap. And Qatar win the goal kick. After the final touch came off of Rodriguez then. Pedro Miguel. Headed back into the centre by Edmilson Jr. Qatar finally managed to string a few passes together, but Abdur-Isak was the man to give it away. That was a poor touch from Gregor Kobel. He put himself under unnecessary pressure and breaks the advertising board in the process because one of the panels has just gone black. Nice one, Gregor Kobel. He received the ball back from Mamalakaji and it was a very poor touch under pressure. Straight away was Abdur-Isak, and, well, the rest is just Gregor Kobel smashing it out for the Qatar throw-in. But anyway, they didn't keep possession for long, Qatar, because it's back with Dan and Doy now, and that is a beautiful flick and a late challenge. I think that was by Al-Amin, but was it? Yeah, it was. Yeah, that was extremely late after some beautiful skill from Dan and Doy. Zakaria Alvedi. Over to Rodriguez. Can Vargas get the delivery into the penalty area? No, not yet. Because Madibo, Gaber and Al-Wi were all in the way of the possible cross. And as the ball came back to Rodriguez, he drags down Madibo. And the possession given away by Madibo, and Switzerland have it again. It's definitely been one obvious better side in this first half, and that's Switzerland. They've run Qatar ragged. Now it's Dan and Doy to cut inside and get the shot away. Instead goes for the pass to Abershire, which he did get away, but it was the late interception at the last minute from Kuki. Alvedi. Thriller. Bolo. Alvedi. Thriller. Now Rodriguez. Kanji. Xhaka. Abershire put the cross in, and it definitely worried Abinada because that almost squeezed in at the near post. What a through ball from Granit Xhaka to find Abershire. Yeah, and that's going to be a corner. It didn't cannon off the post, it was clawed away by Abinada, who had to make that save because Abershire almost did score from an impossible angle. Almost reminded me of that Sandro Tonali goal against Brentford last season. Season before, you know what I mean. We're still technically in 25-26. Abdur-Isak on the counter-attack from that corner was brought down by Dennis Zakaria there, and he's going to be in the book as well, the third player to receive a card today and the first Swiss player to do so as well. That was a poor touch by Laie. Well, eventually, but it's back with Kobel again. He smashes it out of play again. Kobel's a lot more calm and collected usually, but Gregor Kobel He's got to do what he had to do. Now Qatar on the counter now, Alwi, and ooh, that's a nice little pass, and it's going to fall to Ed Milson Jr. And it's behind for the corner again. Gregor Kobel with a save. Gregor Kobel actually dives the wrong way and manages to get a foot on the shot. Gregor Kobel dives towards his near post, and then Milson Jr. flicks it towards the far post. It's a good save with his feet, Gregor Kobel, to keep the score as 1-0 to Switzerland. Akram Afif having some words with the linesman. I think he's telling Afif to move it back. Anyway, some tall structures for Qatar in there, and it's a good delivery, flicked away by Elvedi on the near post, and it's going to be swung back in by Al-Amin and cleared by Remo Friller. Ball back over into the box, dealt with by Gregor Kobel. He can take his time with it now. Remo Friller. Zakaria. Elvedi. And Doi. Dan and Doi. Step overs. Oh, loads of step overs, and he dances into the penalty area and almost got the ball to Breland Bolo across goal, but it was well blocked by Pedro Miguel. And following the block that fizzed up and out of the penalty area, Rodriguez committed a foul on Akram Afif. Free kick to Qatar. Vargas. Elvedi. Six minutes added on here. Vargas. Abishir. Abishir directed towards Ndoye. And that's another big save by Abunada. A really big save. He keeps the score respectable towards half time there. He's made two big saves to keep it only a 1-goal lead to Switzerland. And Breland Bolo was almost slid in again there. And Pedro Miguel was the man to hook it away. But Xhaka's looking to put another ball in there. And Breland Bolo almost got his head to it. And Abunada came flying out of his goal and eventually did make the claim. And if he didn't make it to the ball, he would have looked a little bit silly there. And they're just replaying that shot from Dan Doig. It tested Abunada. It's not the hardest save in the world, but he had to get down and make it to keep Qatar in this game before the half-time mark. Debo. Miguel. Edmilson Jr. is down off the ball, and Al-Amin gets the ball back across the face of goal, but it's gone out of play for the goal kick anyway. Rodriguez. Thriller. Brillambolo. And it's back to Remo, Thriller, and Vargas. I can't lie, it's just Mr. Sitter there. Threw on goal against Abu Nada. Probably should have gone far corner, but he smashes it against the side netting. What a flick again. Close control in the tight areas from Brillambolo. Flicks it through to Vargas and he's smashed it against the side netting. But he will have the chance to redeem himself here with a corner. Half time I said it would be 2-0 with Mbolo and Vargas goals. I didn't get the minute of Mbolo's goal right, but let's see if this could be 2 here. Vargas' delivery is bouncing around in the penalty area. I think the final shot was by Granit Xhaka in there. But I'm not sure if that was Granit Xhaka actually. There was definitely some Switzerland contact in there. Abu Nada. I think the referee's given a foul on the edge of the area. I think Xhaka was dragging someone down. Two more minutes left to play the first half here. It's Laie. Al-Amin. And Milson Jr. Oh, and it was headed towards a Fifa at the back post, but an intervention from Dan Ndoye. He heads it behind for the corner, which Ed Milson Jr. is going over into the penalty area. I don't think he's going to take the corner, because I think Akram and Fifa will be doing that. Fifa's delivery, headed away by Zakaria in there. Al-Amin, Miguel, all the way back home to Abu Nada. Probably going to try and launch it back up to Abdurisag. Just launch it back up, but not to a Qatari shirt. Poor touch from Thriller there. Gives possession back to Pedro Miguel. And Abu Nada sort of slices the clearance into the centre area of the pitch, where Zakaria was there to bring it down. And he's on the ball now. It's Zakaria, Alvedi, Kanji, Rodriguez, and it slid through. And can Vargas put in the ball? And there's Mbolo cuts it back and off the line. Off the line by Al-Amin. Abisha with the shot. And it was cleared off the line. And that was a big chance again to give Switzerland a 2-0 lead. But it has been a complete walkover so far. It may not look like it score-wise, but Switzerland have controlled Qatar. They've had many chances. Abisha with his chance at the end. And Ndoye had a shot saved by... Well, he's had 2 shots saved by Abu Nada, where he got down to make 2 important saves for Qatar. And Bolo almost headed one into the back of the net. Abu Nada claimed very well, and the only chance that Switzerland have taken was when Abu Nada cleaned out Remo Thriller in the box, and Bolo converted the penalty. Half time, Qatar 0, Switzerland 1. Anyway, I'm back. We're about to start the second half here. It is Qatar 0, Switzerland 1. Oopsie, didn't mean to press that. Yeah, Switzerland started off the better. They scored that penalty, which I personally think was offside, but it's probably just the angle of the camera. Oops, didn't mean to press that. No, get off. Get off. Oh, we started the second half already. And I hate this commentating team, Sam Matface and Lee Dixon. I think they're shit. There we go. It's all in order. Anyway, Zakaria finds Elvedi. Rodriguez. Vargas. Vargas dancing. Good little flick by Remo Frilla. Vargas thinks he was fouled. The referee doesn't blow his whistle. He's been really harsh on Vargas today, and eventually the free kick does get given. Why is the referee so late on absolutely everything? I've seen better refs in the fucking Premier League. Again, Vargas looking for a delivery here to give Switzerland their second goal, which they probably do deserve this game. A one-man war with Akram Afifin. Nice little delivery, and Elvedi was someone who made contact in there, but I think the final contact came off of Abderisag, and it went over the crossbar. Actually, no, the final contact comes off Kuki as it flies over Abdunada's crossbar. Another chance for the in-swinging delivery for Vargas, and it's punched away by Abdunada. Delivery put right on top of the goalkeeper. Right. Slowly going over to take the corner again, following the punch from Abdunada, which went out for the corner. It's Vargas with the outswinging delivery this time, and Al Amin heads away, but only as far as the strike. Granit Xhaka hit with some venom as it just flies short of the mark, and I think Abdunada does get a touch on that actually. He does, and the referee doesn't give the corner, but it was a good delivery headed away by Al Amin, and it found Granit Xhaka, who took the hit and it went flying over the crossbar. Wasn't too far off. It caused Abdunada some problems because he had to get a touch on it to tip it over. There's a Kanji, Zakaria, Elvedi, Kanji again. Didn't spend too long on the ball there as he took it straight away to Rodriguez, and that looked to go all the way through to Mbolo, and it was a sliding tackle from Miguel, and the sliding tackle does fall to Vargas, who has the pace on everyone else. And Roman Freuler, that's a nice little delivery. There's a poor touch from Ndoye at the back post, but he still has it. And he's won a corner for Switzerland as the final touch from Al Amin put it behind for the corner. Actually, it wasn't a touch from Al Amin. The lino gave a corner, but the referee gave a goal kick. What the fuck's going on? Someone tell me. Anyway, Al Amin, oh, that's a shit pass. But Embolo was almost in there. Freuler gets back control of the ball. Arbisher. Kanji. Taking careful steps on the ball as he smashes it out to the right hand side where Arbisher's standing. And Arbisher receives the ball back. But he was dispossessed by Laye. Down Ndoye. And it's another free kick to Switzerland, this time Edmilson Jr. barges over the Nottingham Forest winger. And yet again, a dangerous free kick. It's going to be taken by Vargas. Or Vargas actually has given the free kick to Rodriguez to take from the right hand side here, and it's going to be an in-swinging ball again from the left-footed Ricardo Rodriguez. The Real Betis defender. And Rodriguez. The delivery took a nick off of Kuki, who's now down on the floor. And it's another Swiss corner. I think he went down holding his face because he was saying he got an elbow from Manuel Akanji. And again, it will be Rodriguez on this corner with the in-swinging delivery. They like to put crosses on top of this keeper today. It's a good delivery again, and Bolo on the floor. Qatar scrambling to get it away through Madibo, but it's going to be another throw-in. Another set piece for Switzerland. It's just if Vargas has a long throw-in, which I think he does. Because they're all queuing up in the box, Switzerland. Oh, it's a beautiful throw from Vargas. Freuler couldn't get a decent enough contact to flick it into Embolo. Xhaka's waiting. And it's hooked away by Al Amin. And it's going to be a foot race with Abdurizak and Manuel Akanji, which Manuel Akanji is strong enough to hold him off for now. There's Elvedi. Not under so much pressure. It's only Abdurizak that's actually keeping the pressure up for Qatar. And it's causing Switzerland to have so much time to just pass it around the back and find some space and gaps in behind the Qatari defence to try and get their second goal, which they have searched for so long in this game since the penalty, because Qatar have been out of it. Akanji, Rodriguez, Elvedi, Kobel, Elvedi. Kobel didn't have too much time on it. He hits it first time. It was flicked on by Freuler. And Bolo, will he have the pace here? He does have the pace there. Now Arbisher, Elvedi, Xhaka flicks it back to Elvedi and further back to Akanji with so much time on the ball now. Xhaka, Vargas, quick feet, but he couldn't shrug off Gaber there. Ooh. Xhaka played the pass to Al Awi. Wasn't a great pass from Granit Xhaka. You expect better from the Swiss captain. Kanji. Zakaria. Brilla. Arbisher. Arbisher's delivery towards Mbolo, but it was headed away by Miguel in there. Kanji shrugs off Abderizag. Now Mamola Kanji again clips the ball into the corner for Vargas. And he does manage to flick it out for a throw-in. In probably the worst position possible for Qatar, right next to the corner flag. Which Al-Awi will take. What a poor throw-in that is. It just hung in the air for a few seconds. No distance on it whatsoever. But Remo Frilla loses possession in the middle. Now Qatar look to break. He's down on the floor. Yeah, he did get trod on that. Julian Lopetegui protesting on the touchline. The referee doesn't call it a foul. As we will get our first substitutions of the game. Oh, we'll wait for the substitutions actually. But I'm just going to put them on in advance. Elvedi. Abdurizag. Afif made a run to help him out there. Able to keep the ball. Qatar once again. Rodriguez. What a delivery that is. And a beautiful intervention from Kuki. But it's back with Rodriguez. Xhaka. Rodriguez takes the ball in his stride. And Alawi. I think that's his final moment. Oh my god, are they going to make these changes or what, Qatar? They're taking ages. I don't know who's coming on and off. Well, Vargas takes the in-swinging corner, punched away by Abu Nader again and flicked further away by Afif. And in the process of that punch, Abu Nader was fouled. Yes, Al-Awi is going to come off for Fatih. Gaber coming off as well for Budaif. And Abdurizag is going to come off as well. Triple change. For Qatar. Aladdin, Budaif and Fatih. Cookie. Good cookie. Afif receives it back in there for Qatar. And now Aladdin tried to be released in there by Madibo. Koble rolls it short to Akanji. Switzerland, not the only team to start really possession based and finding gaps in between Qatar. And I guarantee they won't be the first team to do that, because teams like Canada and Bosnia will play possession based as well, and Qatar will really struggle to keep possession if they play like that. Oh, Vargas, the strength to get the ball back off Miguel, and that is a free kick and a foul from Fatih. Miguel dragged off the ball by Vargas, just pure strength from the Swiss winger. Fatih clips the back of Vargas's heel right on the edge of the penalty area. That was very close, a few inches forward, and that would have been a penalty. Fatih gets very lucky there. And the thief once again is the man in the wall, in that one-man wall, to try and stop free kick near post, which I'm sure Abunada will be aware of after Arbisher's shot near the end of the first half. And now Vargas, and the ball was played short to Rodriguez, and Elvedi took a swing at it, tried to direct it towards goal, and the ball hooved back into the penalty area. It was a poor first touch from Dan Ndoye, but he takes it over to the right, tries to put in a return cross. Granit Xhaka, Zakaria, Elvedi first time to Rodriguez. Elvedi, Xhaka, Rodriguez, just down by Zakaria. Ed Milson Jr. stays strong and wins the ball. Now Aladdin. Brave. Alamin. Afif. Oh, loses possession again. But Aladdin couldn't take it in his stride. That header from Afif actually went behind him. Really unlucky. I don't really know how Switzerland haven't got a second goal yet in this game, but they haven't. And that's just that. Vargas took about 5 seconds on the ball there. Elvedi. Kanji. Thriller. Elvedi carrying the ball forward, and he took it a few metres, didn't he? And now Zakaria, pure physicality and pace, and he looks to put the ball into the penalty area, and the block from Alamim puts some backspin on Zakaria's cross, and that caused the ball to actually spin out of play before it spun back into play and into the hands of Abunada. And another corner is forthcoming for Switzerland. And we just have to wait how long it takes for the Switzerland goal to come now. And there are some changes for Switzerland now. And Arbischer and Dan and Doy are both coming off here for Raider and Manzambi. Where is his name? Oh, there. Vargas. He's going to drive at Fatty. And Xhaka's shot curled away from the far post. Didn't really worry Abinada too much. He did have a look at diving, but eventually just watched it fly wide. He was asking for a corner, Granit Xhaka, but he clearly did not make any connection with Laie there. And this will be the hydration break for the second half. We've made it halfway through. Switzerland continuing their dominance and somehow have not taken the lead in the second half. A few good chances from Granit Xhaka have fizzed over the bar and wide of the mark. We've had a few free kicks and corners swung in by Rodriguez and Vargas, and even Ndoye and Arbischer, who have both been replaced by Ryder and Manazabi. I've really not learned to pronounce his name yet. Manzambi. I had a word with my mum, and possibly we could get the 4 games done tonight. So USA Paraguay would be the first one, then Brazil Morocco, then Haiti Scotland, then of course finishing it off with Australia Turkey. But that might have to be tomorrow morning, to be fair, because it is 5 o'clock and I don't get any sleep at all. Sorry. Anyway, hydration break over, and Abinada will get us back underway with the goal kick. I mean, it's taking the fucking time. Yeah, the music's off now, so we're going to get back underway. Abu Nada takes the short goal kick to Fatty. Good header from Aladdin. And a thief. Oh, almost flicked in. Edmilson Jr. Oh, and straight away Switzerland on the counter. Can Vargas use his pace? Yeah, no, he actually goes backwards this time to Ryder. Already. Ooh. Almost went out of play, but Rodriguez manages to save possession there. Oh, what a turn from Ryder. Can Ryder get the shot off as he dribbles into the Qatar penalty area? And that was a late challenge on Edmilson Jr. by for fuck's sake, back at it again. Manzambi. What a run by Ryder. Ran all the way to the edge of the D. Danced past Edmilson Jr. Took the shot. Cannoned off of Pookie. And then Edmilson Jr. was fouled by Dandoy. Qatar give possession away due to a long ball from Al-Amin. Alvedi. Xhaka. Rodriguez. Brilliant ball from Granit Xhaka. It's claiming that Manzambi's been fouled there. And now Switzerland have a lack of numbers as Afif tries to get away on the counter, but Manuel Akanji, man of the minute, steps across and stops the Qatar attack. Said now, Switzerland will have 20 shots and only put 7 of them on target. It's definitely been the dominant side, and there's been Qatar. And if Qatar were to get a goal here and Switzerland weren't to win this game, it'd be an absolute fucking travesty. There's nothing to say that that penalty should have been given either, because I think Frillo was offside. And Qatar were done over there, so yeah, Zakaria. Ride it. Manzambi. Very high Switzerland press. Kuki. Good touch in the centre from Lai. And now Edmilson Jr. is away. Can he dance? Aladdin. Aladdin. Still dancing. And was that a foul on the edge of the area? He lost his footing, Aladdin. Fatty. And the strike by Budaif is over the crossbar. And that was a big moment for Qatar to try and strike back there. Oh, and Qatar have been opened up here. And can Vargas square it? He goes himself. How greedy from Vargas, and it's a great save down to his right hand side. Well, I shouldn't say his right hand side. Vargas shot to his right hand side, and Abu Nada got down very well to his left to make the save. Like for like there. Manzambi. He now has the pace to drive forward. And Breland Bolo, oh, he squeezed it through Abernathy's legs. But it goes wide of the near post. He tried to squeeze it through. And it did part one correctly. Kuki's on his arse in the background. He does the first bit completely correct. Slides it through Abernathy's legs. But it trickles wide and scrapes the side netting. Thief just randomly flicks it up into the air, but it pays off somehow because it's Bouraïf and it's Al-Amin Edmilson, Al-Amin, Bouraïf, Fatih, quick 1-2 with Madibo, Fatih, Al-Amin, still Al-Amin. It's actually probably one of the longest spells of possession Qatar have had. Kuki repping the captain's armband for Qatar, and it's a captain's performance from him today. He's really stopped so many crosses from connecting with a Switzerland head in the penalty area because he's intervened. Edmilson Jr. on the overlap. Al-Amin plays it to Edmilson Jr. and his delivery to the back post goes unattacked by Aladdin and unattacked by a thief, and it rolls out of play for a goal kick. And Switzerland get very lucky because there wasn't a great deal of numbers of green shirts back for Switzerland. And that chance for Qatar goes begging because that was a massive chance to find themselves back into this game through Switzerland's dominance. Rodriguez. Breland Bolo. Elvedi, that's a beautiful ball. Just wasn't so accurate. A lot of pace on the through ball to Vargas, and he didn't get to it. And this will be another Qatar change here. Adebo's going to come off here. I think it's just the one change for Qatar, and it's going to be Al Manai who comes on. And also the change for Switzerland as well. Vargas is coming off for Switzerland, and it's going to be Zeki Amdani who comes on. Rodriguez. Zeki Amdani now. Some fresh legs to put some pressure on Miguel here. Thriller. Another poor pass from Granit Xhaka there. He's not played many poor passes today, but that is one there. Kanji. Thriller. Thriller. Rodriguez. Kanji. Back to Rodriguez. Rodriguez has Mdani in support. Mdani goes a bit narrower. Receives it on the turn. Now Manazambi takes the shot. Flashes wide. Abu Nada, I think, may have had it covered. But if that was on target, the power of that shot might have just put it past the Qatari goalkeeper. But I think, yeah, Abu Nada did have that shot under control. He didn't have to make a contact on it because it had already gone wide, but did look worried about it. Zakaria. That pass was extremely loose. Elvedi. Manazambi. Still Manazambi. Mdani. Ryder. Thriller. Now, Zakaria slipped while he was putting in the cross. Zakaria still has possession though. Thriller. Elvedi. Zakaria again. Thriller again. Elvedi. Just a little bit of triangle passing between Elvedi, Thriller and Zakaria. And Zambi. Akanji. Darts through the space. Mamal Akanji. And eventually did fall again to Breland Bolo in his heavy touch. Trickled into the palms of Abu Nada. And Ryder almost dispossesses Almanai there. Lucky man. I realise what the time is. It's almost 10 o'clock. I don't think the USA stream actually will be first. I think that'll be last, and it'll be like 8 o'clock in the morning, that stream. Thriller. Manzambi. Jacques Trivella pass to Zakaria. And Bolo, nice first time flick to Manzambi, who got caught in traffic. And his shot pinballs around the legs of Miguel and Cookie. And it was hooked away by Qatar. How this game is still 1-0 is beyond me. Qatar got extremely lucky. Angie. Rodriguez. And Downey had his leg swept by Pedro Miguel there. Will this be a yellow card? No. No, it won't. I think this late in the game you'd try to penalise him. Kanji. Oh, that's a poor touch from Remo Friller. Now Akram Afif. Not in a massive hurry to play the ball there. Come on, hurry up. Anyway, Edmilson Jr. Fatty. Edmilson. Afif. Fatty. That's a nice little delivery. Aladdin was waiting in there. And now Afif. And his cross was dropping under the crossbar. It was on top of Kerbal as it took a little nick off Zeki Amdani, but well held in the end. Aladdin was in there, but he couldn't attack the ball yet again. And Bolo. Poor pass towards Ryder there, to be fair. Abu Nada. Miguel. And Kuki, oh wow. Found himself in trouble there, and he gives away the free kick after that late challenge on Zeki Amdani after that real poor touch from the Qatari captain. And these will be the final changes of the game in the 88th minute here. Edmilson Jr. is coming off for Al Haidos. Jari is going to come on for Rodriguez here. And Muhaim is going to come on for Remo Friller. Anyway, Qatar almost scored there. I mean, they were far too calm and far too composed there, and they almost got punished for it. I've just got some news here that a certain little Igor Thiago is starting for Brazil against Morocco. And that's probably bad news for my fantasy team again. Because guess who's going to miss out? Mateus Cunha, probably. Unless he's on the wing, Cunha, because Neymar Jr. picked up an injury. Good news for my fantasy team, I had Gregor Kobel. But if he didn't score that many points because he didn't make too many saves, then I might have to put Emi Martinez in. Manzambi's dancing. He's ran 4 Qatar players there, eventually stopped in his tracks by a Laie. Granit Xhaka. Zeki Amdani. Strike cannons off of Kuki. Kanji takes control, but his touch was so heavy it runs out of play. But I don't think the final touch was off Kanji though, because I think that's a throw in Switzerland, and it is. It's taken quickly. Muhaim. Kanji. Yashari. Kanji. Muhaim. Yashari. Zambi. Played the ball into Ryder, and he was tackled by Al-Haidos. 10 o'clock an hour till Brazil kick off now. Yashari just tried a delivery into Zeki Amdani there. It was well claimed by Abu Nada. Elvedi. Going to Qatar after Al Manai went down there, probably looking for a free kick and a chance for a cross to test Gregor Kobel and the Switzerland defenders. Kuki, Miguel, Lai, Abu Nada, Lai again. Al-Haidos and Al-Manai dragging on the shirt of Manuel Kanji. He's making complaints, but it's a throw to Switzerland. And, well, it looks like Qatar are going to fall short, and deservedly so as well. Al-Amin. Afif. Al-Amin. And a lovely little delivery. Oh, and it's in! In the 94th minute. And Qatar, against all odds, have levelled the score against Switzerland. Oh my word. Late moments. Julian Lopetegui, probably the most coolest man in the building, just watching that. Qatar have done it. The home fans of Qatar go absolutely mental, and Yaki in Switzerland have been stunned. They've been controlling the game. Qatar, they finally get that perfect chance, and a beautiful delivery that was from Al-Amin into the centre, and it is the substitute. Is it a substitute there? In fact, yes. What a header. He's climbed over Manuel Akanji at the back post to head it in. And of course, it's that man Kuki, the captain of Qatar, to head it in to the back of the net with 2 minutes remaining. Of course, there'll be more than 6 minutes added on now. 25 shots from Switzerland, only one goal. Qatar have had 7 shots and 1 goal. Boualem Kuki. '95th minute on the clock. And there's going to be a lot longer to play here for Switzerland to save it. They will have a corner. They can try and save it now. But it looks like it's too late. I literally said before that goal, Qatar, their fate was sealed. But they have just proved me wrong. 30 seconds, over 6 minutes now. Can they save it? Beautiful in-swinging delivery, headed away at the near post by Al-Amin. They're going to try again here. The corner, the delivery back in, headed, punched away by Abu Nada, and Abu Nada falls to the floor. Yashari's return delivery is perfect, right on top of Abu Nada. Time is ticking for Switzerland, and this might just be the end. And Qatar have done it here. And they have done it. Qatar, against all the odds in the 95th minute. Switzerland had 1 minute to go. Switzerland, 25 shots. And they only scored 1 goal. Qatar, with a fraction of the effort, 7 shots, equalised. And the first point in Qatar's history at a World Cup. And it's thanks to their captain, Boualem Kuki, with a header at the back post. Courtesy of that delivery from Al-Amin, which was inch perfect as well. Brilliant on the back foot the entire game, Qatar, but they've managed to save a point, and this means that Canada and Bosnia are the top 2, and I think Bosnia take the lead of that group now because their country's name starts with B. Nothing can separate Group B right now. Both games finished 1-1. And, well, what a shock that is. Qatar saving that point against all the odds. Switzerland had so many chances to get a 2-goal lead. They had Xhaka's 2 shots that went over the bar and wide. They had Ryder's chance, Vargas's chance one-on-one saved by Abu Nada. Abu Nada tipped another shot over from Remo Freuler. Some beautiful clearances off the line and some beautiful blocks and punches away and headers away from set pieces. And actually, think about it, Qatar stayed strong and managed to keep Switzerland's lead to 1 goal, and they've got their reward by scoring in the 95th minute to stop Switzerland. Full time, Qatar 1, Switzerland 1. Qatar get their first point ever in a World Cup. Shit.